EMTV! In Tudor times, there was no organised system of state education for everyone. In Henry VIII's reign, the leading schools in the City of London were St Anthony's and St Paul's. Some schools like St Anthony's and St Paul's were grammar schools for rich boys because you had to pay to go. Do you know why grammar schools were called grammar schools? They were called grammar schools because they learnt Latin there. The most common subjects were mathematics, geography and literature, and more expensive schools. Edward VI founded Christ Hospital as a school for orphaned boys and girls. Did you know that school would start at 7 and end at 5 or 6 at night? Surprisingly, if you got something wrong or smudged your work or accidentally put a dot where it's not meant to be, then you would be beaten. Did you know that Jordan is a Tudor name for toilet? It was a type of chamber pot. Oddly, people used to pee in the bottom of a chimney. It was called the chamber lie. Guess what? If you emptied your chamber pot into the street, you could be fined 2 shillings. People keep them in their bedroom overnight and empty them into the cesspit in the morning through their privy. A privy was an outdoor toilet over a cesspit. It may seem odd to collect your pee, but Tudors used it for all sorts of things. They cleaned laundry with it, they used it as medicine, they used it when dyeing clothes. Grossly, the king had someone who helped him when going on his close stool. A close stool is a fancy version of a chamber pot because you can sit instead of having to squat. His helper was called the groom of the king's close stool. Dancing in the Tudor times was enjoyed by all sorts of people. Tudor dances differed between the rich and the poor. The rich enjoyed types of dance played to music in the royal court, which involved sophisticated and stately intricate steps. Most court dances were performed in couples or groups. In the countryside, dancing was much simpler, such as maypole dancing, but you still had to learn some tricky patterns. It was all for the fun of it. They even had dance teachers who would teach the royal court new dances, many coming from abroad. The Christian festivals were also occasions for dancing, such as Lammas Day in August and All Hallows Day, Halloween. The Volta was the only type of dance where you could embrace other people and cause moral outrage. The German Johann Pretorius wrote,
"A new galliard, the Volta, is a foreign dance in which they seize each other in lewd places and which was brought to France by conjurers from Italy. It is a whirling dance full of scandalous, beastly gestures and immodest movements. The Volta is also responsible for the misfortune that innumerable murders and miscarriages are brought about by it."
Divorced, beheaded and died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. I'm Henry VIII, I had 6 sorry wives. Some might say I ruined their lives. Catherine of Aragon was one. She failed to give me a son. I had to ask her for a divorce. That broke up her heart, of course. Young Anne Boleyn, she was 2. had a daughter, the best she could do. I said she flirted with some other man, and off with the chop went dear Anne. Lovely Jane Seymour was 3, the love of a lifetime for me. She gave me a son, little Prince Ed. Then poor old Jane went and dropped dead. Divorced, beheaded and died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. I'm Henry VIII, I had 6 sorry wives. Some might say I ruined their lives. Anne of Cleaves came at 4. I fell for the portrait I saw. Then laid eyes on her face and cried, she's a horse! I must have another divorce. Catherine Howard was 5, a child of 19, so alive. She flirted with others, no way to behave. The axe sent young Kath to her grave. Catherine Parr, she was lost. By then all my best days were past. I lay on my deathbed, aged just 55. Lucky Catherine, the last, stayed alive. I mean, how unfair. Divorced, beheaded and died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. I'm Henry VIII, I had 6 sorry wives. You could say I ruined their lives.